Hey, how you doing, Brian? Hey, well, I guess you must have been kind of calling me out because I've been tweeting about this woke leadership in L.A. County. I grew up in L.A. County. I know it like the palm of my hand.
Hmm.
And you know what? That's sad that they defunded the fire department. And for all you guys that are out there that you think
Whoa, 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 whoa,
that
whoa.
there is global warming,
What do you mean
then
they
why aren't you taking the necessary
What do
precautions
you mean they
and going
defunded the?
down there and cutting down those trees
What do you
and
mean they?
doing everything you
Al,
can to
Al,
reduce fires?
Al.
Bunch of hypocrites.
What do you mean
Okay,
they?
go ahead.
What do you mean they defunded the fire department?
What I'm hearing
From
is
where?
that the LA County, they try to save money and they defunded the fire department. That's what that means. They didn't give
Okay,
them the,
I don't
the
know what.
proper funding that they usually get. They underfunded them. I
Okay,
mean,
well, I don't
how
know.
else? I mean, what does that mean? You
And
should know what
what?
that means.
Well, no, I do, but I don't believe you. I haven't seen anything that would lead me to suggest that.
Okay, I will say, well, that's what everybody is,
No.
that's what they're
When you
saying.
say, okay,
Okay,
hold on, hold on.
the
Hold
news
on.
people are saying that.
When you say
Go ahead.
everybody is saying it, or the news people are saying it, please be specific
Okay,
and tell
well,
me where
the
you got
people,
that.
the media, and the
What
people in the
media?
know.
What media? They didn't say
The
it on
LA County
CNN.
media, the media from LA County, the people that are there in that city,
What
the people
local,
who are
what,
involved with the commissioners.
hold
I
on.
mean,
What do you,
come on, don't you
stop,
know how
stop,
yeah, you've been
stop,
in
stop.
how long you've been in politics and you
Okay,
don't understand how a
sir,
city is
not
run?
only have I been in politics, but I'm also been in the media for 20 years. And when I say I got a source that tells me that they defunded firefighters and the money, I give the source out. I don't say the media. I say, hey, I heard that on KNX radio, or hey, I heard that on KSHB. I give out a
KTLA,
name.
KTLA Channel 5 posted something along those lines.
Okay, and what
I lived
exactly
in
did they
LA,
say?
okay? I know LA like the palm of my
And
hand.
what exactly did they say? They said that
They say
California's
that they
defunded all
defunded
firefighters?
that in the last funding, the fire department got defunded.
The fire department.
Like,
Which fire department?
oh my God, the LA County Fire Department. Which
Okay.
one else?
So you're saying
Who,
all
NYPD?
so you're
The
saying
Clark County
all
Fire
so you're
Department?
saying
Come
all
on,
so
Brian.
you're saying all county firefighters in LA took pay dips in the last 6 months. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that the fire department, whatever funding they got that would have been allocated to support the firefighting in LA County. You
Uh-huh.
know, when there's a fire of that magnitude, let me explain. You should know these things. When there's a
I don't
fire
think
of
you
that
know anything.
magnitude,
I think
you know, no, listen.
you're saying
Listen,
things
you
that
want to
don't make.
inform me, okay?
No, you want to be informed? I'll inform you. Do you know that Gavin
Go
Newsom
ahead.
has poured billions of dollars for better forest management in the last several years? Are you aware of that at all? Are you aware of the bill that was passed last month with the help of Joe Biden? I bet you aren't. So please name me a policy that would have changed the fact that we had record low rain in California over the course of the last year. We had 100-mile-per-hour winds, and we had a fire which started this whole thing in a residential area, not a forest. So don't start talking about raking either, okay? There's over 1,400 extra firefighters that Gavin Newsom were deployed in the last 24 hours. So give me a policy, since you want to blame Democrats. And don't you tell me that firefighters were defunded. Firefighters were not defunded. We looked it up. It's not true. What you said is not true. It's a lie. It's a right-wing buffoonery.
Okay, let
No,
me explain it
no,
to
you're
you.
not. No,
Okay,
let me explain.
listen.
No, let me explain
Go
it
ahead.
to you, Al, first, and then you can talk. You just said that firefighters have gotten pay cuts and that they were defunded. Just like the lie that people like you say on this show, that police officers, they're defunding, the Democrats want to defund the police. It's a lie. It's not true. That was never Joe Biden's policy. It was never Kamala Harris's policy. You might find a few assemblymen and maybe a few mayors that are idiots that want to defund the police. But the overwhelming majority of Democrats never wanted to defund the police. At a minimum, they wanted to reallocate funds from one county to another. And it wouldn't shock me if this was this. You're lying. They did not defund firefighters in LA County. We looked it up. My producer looked it up. It's not true. You're lying. And you're spreading misinformation on this show. So why don't you call that out for yourself and call out people?
Commissioners.
It didn't happen. It wasn't implemented. They didn't defund firefighters in LA. And you're trying to correlate Democrats that you allege defunded firefighters to these fires that started with 100-mile-per-hour winds. You're doing exactly what Donald Trump does. You're doing exactly when there's a human tragedy, a horrible tragedy, like blaming migrants for an open border policies for what took place in New Orleans. You're doing the same thing now. It's not true.
Okay, well, my sources say I will find it and I will repost it. Okay, I'll tell you that right now. And let me tell you something else. If the left or whoever, if all of you lefties think that there is global warming, why don't you guys take the proper precautions and cut down those trees over in Malibu? It's got too many trees. I mean, you guys should have already figured it out which areas are the most vulnerable, and you should be taking care of the necessary precautions like we Republicans do.
Oh, really?
When we see a tragedy,
really,
a tragedy that's
really okay. Let's go with that. When you see a tragedy,
take the proper precautions.
Okay, what proper precautions have the Republicans taken in the last 25 years after a school shooting? Please name me one.
We're implementing.
No. I didn't ask you what you were. No. The question wasn't what are you trying to implement now. After Columbine, after Sandy Hook, after Uvalde, you said after a horrible tragedy, Republicans take the precautions.
Things that we've done.
What have you? Name me. Tell me what.
We're getting those drones to come in and take care of our schools.
What have Republicans implemented as precautions? Yeah, I'm talking to you, Al. Answer the question. What have Republicans done in 25 years, and I could even go probably longer than that, after a school shooting? Answer the question.
I just answered it.
No, you didn't. You said drones. What the hell does that mean? What have Republicans done?
Remember you were saying, don't you remember you were saying, the problem I have with metal detectors is that
Republicans across the country have not Republicans across the country have not implemented metal detectors as policy nationally. I'm asking you again, after Sandy Hook, after Uvalde, after Columbine, you just said, quote, that Republicans act and take precautions after tragedies. What the hell have they done in 25 years?
Okay, we've tried to do that, and we're being blocked by the Democrats.
What gun policy? Give me a policy that Republicans have tried to do in 25 years that was blocked by the Democrats when it comes to gun control. Please answer the question.
Yeah, I don't have that off the top of my head, but I can find
what
that
do you
out.
mean you don't have that?
I don't have a producer.
Pot him down again. Pot him down again. No, you don't have a brain. It's got nothing to do with the producer. You don't have a brain. See, this for me is all up here. You just said that Republicans take precautions after tragedies. I just asked you, what precautions have they took? And the only thing you named was drones, which makes no sense when it comes to schools and stopping gunmen from committing mass casualty tragedies. Then you said that Democrats block what Republicans try to do. You just said that, not me. And I said, can you name me one policy when it comes to gun control that Republicans tried to implement? And it's so stupid that you would say that because it's the opposite. Because after Sandy Hook, Barack Obama tried to implement, and 85% of the country agree with it, by the way, when it comes to what we're talking about, when it comes to comprehensive gun background checks. And Republicans blocked it then. And Republicans are blocking and continue to block when it comes to assault weapons and an assault weapons ban. Democrats have been trying to pass that bill. It's Republicans that have blocked it. It's Republicans that don't want the age to go from 18 to 21. It's Republicans that do not want to implement more money to help those that are mentally ill. So don't you come on this show and say that Republicans are trying to implement these things and it's the Democrats that are blocking it. It's literally the opposite. And I just gave you multiple examples. So what do you have to say about that, Al?
What I have to say about that is that what guarantee do you have that those policies are going to stop all these shootings? It may slow them down.
Sure.
But it's not going to
I'll
stop
answer. Sure. So never have I ever said on this show that any one bill would stop all the gun violence in this country. You dope. I never said that. What I've said and what many of Democrats have said, it would lower the gun violence and it would save lives. And speaking about the border, last I checked, we had a bipartisan border bill implemented by Democrats and MAGA Republicans. And it wasn't the Democrats that didn't allow that bill to pass. It was Donald Trump and the Republicans. So don't you start talking to me about how when we have tragedies, Republicans are always implementing things for precautionary purposes. You are wrong. It's the Democrats that are trying to do so, and it's the Republicans that continue to block it. And I just gave you multiple examples, and you couldn't give me one. Quote, I can't name one off the top of my head. Then don't make a stupid generalization that, oh, well, Republicans are trying to do some things and Democrats keep blocking it, when you can't name one bill, Al. You can't name one. Al?
What's going on here? Well, I was trying to talk, but you potted me down.
No, you weren't
trying to talk.
You
potted me down for about, I'm talking and I can't even hear myself on the radio. Okay,
that's the problem. You can't hear yourself.
All I can tell you is that all your policies, they're not going to work.
Pot them down again. I'm going to pot you. All my policies, they're not going to work. That's like Al and a typical Republican saying Obamacare doesn't work, but I have concepts of a plan. You have no idea what you're talking about. You bitch and you complain and you blame Democrats for all of your problems, but yet you have no solutions at all. You claim that the Republicans have solutions. You claim that they try to come up with solutions and the Democrats block it. And then you couldn't come up with one bill, not one example. So you are the moron, you are the idiot, and I've never said once that one thing would solve all the gun violence in this country. If we're talking about healthcare, I can talk about healthcare. If we're talking about gun violence, I can do that. You are ignorant to facts. You have no idea how these fires started. You have no idea of the conditions, and you have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. And there could have been 2 firefighters that were working in LA County or 2,000, and it wouldn't have stopped what took place here. That is the reality of the situation. And they even said that on Fox News earlier today, and I played a soundbite from that. Republicans aren't coming up with solutions, and Democrats aren't blocking them when it comes to national tragedies. It's actually the Republicans that are blocking what Democrats are trying to do. I gave you multiple examples, Al, and I'm sorry, dude, I can't help you. I'll give you one more opportunity, but I can't help you.
You're going to give me one more opportunity after potting me down?
I've given you
5 minutes.
I've given you 10 opportunities.
There is no solution that's going to solve everything, that's going to stop all crime.
When did I
all we
say
can
that?
do is slow it down.
Hey, dumbass. When have I ever said that there's one thing that could solve all the crime in this country? Dumbass. No Democrat has ever said that. I've never said that. Why do you keep repeating yourself? How stupid are you? There are plenty of policies that could help. There are plenty of things that can help get to where we want to get and save lives. Never has anybody ever said that one policy would solve all of our problems. What the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? I never said that. Name me a Democrat that's ever come up with one policy that they think would solve everything. What are you talking about?
That's what you're talking about.
All right, have a nice day. You're a bird for brains. I can't even have a conversation with you. Never once have I ever said on this show that there's one policy that could solve all of our problems on anything. Never have I ever said that. You're just a moron.